when a colour range arrives, it can be a completely overwhelming experience as a salon owner and as a stylist within a salon. Hopefully this video will help you to find a way to store the product, help you with mixing, help you with increasing your peroxide strengths, and just to be used as a general guide. My name's Michael, I'm the owner of XS, and we've been heavily involved with the Vision Colour brand since it came into Britain. Basically in this salon we've set up a colour bar, so we have all the colours here. You can make every colour within the shade chart, which also comes through. So absolutely everything through here is made by that small number of bottles. So with your setter delivery, you will get scales, the excess peroxide, tint brushes, bowls, everything you need is really to hand. We also send you a suggested mixing chart, which we've put under glass in this salon so it's easy and doesn't get kind of like misplaced. So with the suggested mixes on the back of your Setakolor chart, each colour mixes in different proportions, so it's to a ratio. So most of the colours mix to a 1:1 mix, other colours mix to slightly different proportions. This, however, is a guide. The real joy of Setakolor is you can mix all of these colours in any combination. So with traditional hair colours, what you get is a tube where a chemist has made all the decisions for you, and you mix it within a salon with a designated peroxide. The real joy of Setakolor is Seta is a completely bespoke product range. With the shade chart, it gives you lots of recommended mixes, but you can make your own mixes with Seta, adding, taking away, making a colour have more ash, less ash. You can basically mix it in millions of combinations, so the shade chart is purely a guide. Partly why I've been so involved with Vision Cosmetic is the XS product, which is actually named after my salon. And we've had a number of clients over the years who've had reactions to colour. When I first met up with the people who make the Setakolor, it was purely down to the fact that I looked as a bit of an ingredient nerd down the back of Seta and thought, well, we can make this a lot better product by removing the CAs from the peroxides as well. This completely cuts out any CA reactions. We also have no PPDs in this product. It's also an ammonia-free product, so it's a lot gentler and far more environmentally friendly than other hair products or other hair colours. One of the things that really changes the game is the fact that in our industry, thousands and thousands of hairdressers, apprentices end up where we have contact dermatitis issues. This is the first product on the market to actually be able to make a completely CA-free hair colour. So it's not only good for your clients, it's amazing for your staff. These two photographs were done on the same head on the same day. One using a traditional hair colour with CAs in, and the other one is using the excess peroxide with the Setakolor, so it has no CA whatsoever. When you look at the first picture, the way that the cuticle's really blown up on the scalp and the way the scalp looks so angry, it's incredible that that is the standard that our industry traditionally works to. Where when you look at the second picture, that is an amazing new possibility with Setakolor. We don't need to run the risk of making clients or staff have contact dermatitis issues. Some of the pictures that are going to follow this are a little bit disturbing. They're of extreme CA reactions. The client who this is taken of is a client of mine who we've done for a number of years, and through lockdown she had a colour done, not with us but with somebody else. It's petrifying that we can do this to clients, by you taking the excess peroxide and taking Setakolor, hopefully you are cutting out all of this risk as a salon owner. So now what we're going to do is do a demonstration of a mixing of the product. Everybody should really weigh colour. In that way you get a perfect mix every time. We do it by ratios. What we're going to mix today is a 6.33 with 9% peroxide. So Beth, if you'd like to begin the demonstration. So what we're going to do is 1 part of the 6. Yeah, so this can be however many mils you want. It mixes equal parts with a 0.33. So if you mix 10 mils of the 6, 10 mils of a 0.33, that's a total of a ratio of 1 to 1 with the colour. And then what you do is put in an equal amount weight-wise of the peroxide. When you make your record cards, and as you start to use more and more of the Setakolor, what you will find is you will make a bespoke colour mix for individual clients. So if the client would like a colour with a touch more red, all of the mixes on the backs of the shade charts are purely a guide. They're a great way to start, and then as you've spent more time working with a product, what you will find is you'll have mixes that you like, or you want to add a touch more green ash or violet ash. When you first look at these products in a bowl, it's very different to a traditional hair colour where you have a tube of tin and a cream-based peroxide. With this mix, as Beth's doing it at this moment in time, as she mixes now, you can see this colour begin to lift as it oxidises, and what it will do is emulsify within the bowl. So it's almost like making a mayonnaise or emulsifying any product. As she mixes and you get the combination right, you can see it all come together. Once this is applied to the head though, it will go really dark. Hairdressers should know that a colour while it's taking actually has no real bearing of what it's going to look like at the finish. You must follow the process. This colour will take 45 to 55 minutes to develop on particularly stubborn grey hair. Don't panic and take the colour off beforehand. Colours tend to do most of their deposit within the last 5 minutes while it's left on. So this is an example of how dark a colour can look on the scalp. The other really interesting thing with this colour is it's a completely unique mix. It's a bespoke colour for this client. So we mix 4 mils of 10, 16 mils of 9, 10 mils of 0.1 and 4 drops of 0.2. We mix this with 9% peroxide, as this is covering 100% grey hair. But when you look at this photograph, it's amazing how dark it looks while on the scalp. Please leave your colours 45 to 55 minutes. Do not remove them beforehand, or the colour will not have processed properly. The picture at the end here now shows what a beautiful result you get from making bespoke colours for your clients. So with the 633 that Beth's mixed, it was with the excess peroxide. With the excess peroxide, there are no CAs, PPDs, other nasties within this. This is the simplest mix that you can possibly mix to try on a client. Yeah, if they were having problems with colour, to patch test. So we often patch test behind the ear, in the crook of the arm. What's really important is not to put plasters over the top, not to put other things over the top. Within 24 hours, you will find there will either be a reaction or no reaction. If you mix with the Setakolor peroxide has a CA content, so you do get a slightly different reaction. You may have clients who don't react with the XS, but do react with the Seta. With every tube of colour on the market, they all have a CA content. So the only way to test people to see if it is a CA reaction is to use the excess peroxide with the Setakolor. This is absolutely unique. You cannot do this with any other range. It's really important to understand when you do patch test somebody, to be clear of what you're looking for as a reaction. One of the things that is amazing, and I find quite scary in our industry, is how many people will patch test with a product that they're not going to use. We suggest if you are going to do a 633 on somebody's head, that is the colour that you mix. And you need to mix it with the peroxide you're intending to use, because the product's ingredients, as they combine, of the reaction that or the hopefully non-reaction that we're looking for.
So during my apprenticeship, I've only ever used Setakolor in salon. When I've gone to college and we have used more of a traditional colour, I've noticed you get a lot more staining on the scalp when you're taking it off. So with the Setakolor, it's actually really easy to get off the scalp. You emulsify it all up as you would do, and there's no staining. You can put a black on and it'll completely emulsify it up as you should. Whereas with the traditional colours, it's on there for about a day or two. You wash it at home and you've got the stainings.
So one of the things that's really interesting with the Setakolor, because of its new makeup, this is a really pleasant colour. You can smell it, you can put your nose in it. If I did that with 99% of the colour ranges that I've used in my life, it would beautifully clear my hay fever at the moment. Basically with the Setakolor, it's so gentle, it's so clean. What we're hugely doing as well is putting less damaging chemicals into the drains while we're rinsing colour. This is an amazing product. It's an absolutely phenomenally different experience, both for the client while it's on the scalp, because there's no sensation. So people will traditionally with hair colours be really aware and have a sense of prickling. With Setakolor, it almost feels like a conditioner's on your scalp more than it feels like a traditional hair colour. Also with Vision Cosmetic, we have 4 bleaches that are available. There's a Sunspa oil-based bleach, which is amazing, completely dust-free, wonderful as a scalp bleach. One of the things that's a little bit strange with this, with it coming in a pouch, you must manipulate this before you mix it. If you don't do that, the product occasionally can have separated from the pouch, so you don't get an accurate bleach mix. We also have the standard Sunsplex bleach, which is lovely. This is probably my favourite bleach and the most popular bleach that we use in the salon. It's very gentle, amazing lightning strength, and it also is a dust-free mix. We also offer the Sunspa bleach, which again, it's a dust-free bleach. It's probably slightly less powerful than the Sunplex as a bleach, but a really nice soft bleach option. And then we do a completely ammonia-free Sunspa bleach. When we've had clients with extreme sensitivity to products, or clients who have almost a heightened level of sensitivity towards products on the skin, the ammonia-free Sunspa has the least nasties of just about any bleaching product I've ever come across. I've got people who we can't colour with a traditional colour or even with the Setakolor, who mix in mild Sunspa formulas in the ammonia-free. We can achieve reds, we can achieve coppers, and achieve lots of other things. So it's It's a must in salons if you have anybody who has severe hypoallergenic problems. So one of the most amazing things in recent years that we found released was another Vision Cosmetic colour called Vivid Colour. Vivid Colour is basically a bleach with a direct dye. So you get some amazing shades which are absolutely all intermixable. Beth's going to demonstrate. We're currently mixing up a green. Yeah, it mixes 1-to-1. You can mix this with any of the Vision Cosmetic peroxides. We're using 9% here. The thing that you really need to remember with Vivid Colour is this is a green, and we're wanting to achieve on head that colour. What happens is the bleach within this product will lift the base of the hair's colour up, and then the direct dye will deposit on the outside of the hair. But where people seem to have the biggest problem with this is they don't leave the bleaching element of this product long enough on to achieve their overall result. So if you were going to apply this as a bleach, what you would do is leave it for 45 minutes to lift and then put a direct dye on over the top. The real pleasure of this product is you can do that all in one. But if you're lifting really dark hair, the appropriate strength of peroxide to bleach to get your result is the most important thing to remember. This product also comes with masks. So once a head of hair has been bleached, you can then, to refresh the colour, put whichever colour mask you wish to have. This is not a permanent hair colour in the mask. And within the tube, it's a bleach with a direct dye. So you need to treat this product as a bleach rather than treating it as a hair colour. The most common problem that we come across with this colour is the hairdresser not treating it like a bleach, so they remove the product much too soon. So now hopefully you feel confident enough to begin with Setakolor. You have chosen an amazingly bespoke colour. From the shade chart, you can get every mix that's on the inside here. However, by altering the mixes that are recommended here with on the back, you can make a completely bespoke product, absolutely tailored to your client's needs. So instead of a chemist making the decisions for you, this is giving you complete control as a hairdresser. For the first time ever, you're the one who's making decisions on exactly how your colour will turn out. One of the biggest problems that we've found in salon is we always naturally as hairdressers want to drop the peroxide strength. We have been doing this and using it now as our standalone colour range in salon. And the biggest problem we experienced at first was hairdressers not using 9% where they traditionally have used 6%, or not using 6% where they would have traditionally used 3%. Don't be frightened of increasing your peroxide strength. This isn't going to increase ammonia content. It's not going to increase the amount of potential reactions that your client can have. This is just because of the lack of ammonia within this new product. When one of the girls who worked for me used this on the very first occasion, she mixed a 10-0 with 9%, which to most hairdressers, we use an ICC numbering system. So that's a very light blonde, natural blonde. Vicky's been a hairdresser for 25 years, wanted to take it off after half an hour because of how dark the colour looked on the scalp. That's very normal with Seta. As the colour oxidises over the 45 to 55 minutes that you leave it on to process, it will naturally darken. What also happens is it becomes more liquid. So just be aware, as the colour gets to the end of its life, it does take on a slightly more liquid form. But that's a normal part of the process with this product. Good luck with your Setakolor. I hope you have as an amazing time as we have as a salon with it. It's a wonderful adventure when you start to realise that all of the recommended mixes are only a guide. You can be as creative. The only real limitation is your mind. The mixes here are infinite from the products that you have got today.